The largest and one of the most important United States attorney's offices is here in Washington, D.C. And the person now leading that office is, well, this person.
Welcome back to Justice. Just the other day, the president talked or was hoping about the possibility of reopening everything on Easter Sunday.
DEI is just a rebranded version of hating white people.
They've got COVID. They've got all kinds of diseases. They are being released into the United States.
We'll be eating zoo animals before it's all over.
Really?
And women will be giving birth in the streets. The establishment Republicans have buckled, caved, and bowed to the Democrats. Or should I say, demon rats. That's what I said, demon rat.
Now, you may not be shocked to learn that Jeanine Pirro is struggling a bit since becoming the U.S. Attorney for D.C. I mean, back in August, her office failed to convince a grand jury to indict the guy who threw a Subway sandwich at federal officers for a federal felony charge. They even failed to get a jury to convict him on the single misdemeanor charge they did manage to bring. Pirro's office also failed 3 times to convince a grand jury to indict in another case of alleged assault against a federal agent. But we just saw Jeanine Pirro's biggest failure yet, perhaps because it's so absurd. Because a D.C. grand jury just refused to indict 6 Democratic lawmakers simply because they posted a short video last year reminding service members to reject illegal orders. That's all the things she's working on right now, just doing a bang-up job. Joining me now is one of those 6 lawmakers, Pennsylvania Democratic Congressman Chris Cilluzzo. It's great to see you. What a 24 hours you have had.
It's been a day.
Pirro has in the past tried multiple times to go back to grand juries. Is that something? I mean, it was a very big development last night. I think we all kind of cheered, and you were probably more relieved than the rest of us. But is that something that you are preparing yourself for, the possibility of?
You know, I have no idea what these people are going to do, but they have been crystal clear in their willingness to flout the law, to abuse the powers they have in the Justice Department that belongs to all of us in this country of ours. It's not just Donald Trump's personal vendetta machine, as he's using it against political rivals and opponents like me and others to try to scare us and intimidate us. So I have no prediction what these folks will do. But again, they've shown both incompetence and a disregard for the rule of law. And that is a dangerous combination.
One of the things that has struck me, and I have not talked to you about this particular piece, is that the things you all said in this anodyne video that is factually true and is basically the law in the military are similar to things that Pete Hegseth has said.
They are almost exactly what Pete Hegseth has said. In fact, he went even further and talked about orders from the commander-in-chief in his video, talking about the duty to disobey clearly unlawful orders. That's what he said. Pam Bondi even put it in a legal briefing before she was the Attorney General. And remember, this is basic stuff. You learn it as I did at the Naval Academy. You learn it if you went to boot camp or officer candidate school or anything else. You train on this to make sure you know your obligations, to follow lawful orders, to make sure you're making sure that those under your command follow the law. It's basic stuff. And the fact that the president and those around him, their response to Mark Kelly and me and Alyssa Slotkin and others saying the law is to try to put us in prison. Should scare folks, but not be intimidated for a second, because we're not giving an inch to these people.
That's not a surprise coming from you, and good to hear. Also, if people violate the law in the military, they could be court-martialed, or they could be dishonorably discharged or put in jail. There are huge consequences, part of why you did that video. One of your colleagues, Congressman Jason Crow, who is also in the aforementioned video, which is excellent, he basically has said through his lawyer that Pirro should preserve any of her documents related to the failed indictment of him and, of course, all of your congressional colleagues. Are you considering taking further legal action from your end?
So I will keep my cards close, but I agree with Mr. Crow. That message has been delivered both through counsel and the Senate Judiciary Committee. Senator Durbin there has delivered that message.
Through your counsel, too?
Stay tuned. But I will say clearly they should be preserving their documents, their communications, all of this about this unlawful use of criminal justice against us. And they're weaponizing the Justice Department. And even today, I mean, I've lost track of how many Republican senators have said how wrong and foolish this is to do. So the bipartisan outrage, which is rare these days, as you know, is pretty clear here.
One of the people, I'm going to stop being disappointed in him because he disappoints me every day. But Speaker Mike Johnson was asked about the failed indictment earlier today, and he said it was a very dangerous gambit they were playing. Should they be sent to jail? Probably not. I can't imagine you're surprised, but what did you make of his response to the failed indictment?
Yeah, look, that's a walk back from last night, where there was a clip of him suggesting that charging people like me with a crime was fine. Good. You know, there's never a bad time to do the right thing. And I'll say that clearly to my Republican counterparts. You know what? You can always change your mind and do what is right. And I think more of them should be speaking up, not just for me and for others, for our Constitution and the American people. Because remember, when they're coming after me and anyone else, yeah, maybe it's about us, but it's about telling those who want to dissent, the American people, that they should be scared. And absolutely not.
That's a walk back. That's our bar these days. But fair point, Congressman DeLuzio. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Jen.
Really appreciate it.